Womp, womp, womp. You got CNN right here, and they're forced to report Donald Trump's approval ratings among Republicans is 99 points higher than Mitch McConnell's. Good old Mitch McConnell. Oh, wow.
A little bit about Mitch McConnell and the chance he's going to become a folk hero. It ain't going to likely happen. Ain't going to likely happen because I want you to look at his net approval ratings. He is underwater with everybody. He has got the ultimate, or some might say, sad trifecta of being underwater overall. Minus 39 points. 39 percentage points more of the electorate disapproves than approves of the jobs that he has done. How about Democrats? He's 58 points underwater. My goodness gracious, the chance that all of a sudden, just because he cast 3 votes against Trump, that he'd somehow become a folk hero with them is absolutely, frankly, insane. And then with the Republicans, of course, he's gone up against Trump before, and that's why he's 17 points underwater with Republicans. When you're underwater with Democrats, Republicans, and overall, the chance that you're going to become a folk hero, it seems rather low to me, Paul.
Yeah, ain't happening.
It does indeed. All right. Of course, the next question is, how does his popularity compare with that of President Trump?
Yeah, so, I think Donald Trump will like these numbers. All right, so let's take a look. This is the net approval rating I got overall, and I got with Republicans. Look how much higher Donald Trump is overall versus Mitch McConnell. Look at that. Trump is on the positive side of the ledger at +3. Mitch McConnell, of course, underwater overall at -39. So Trump is 42 points higher than Mitch McConnell is overall. Among Republicans, of course, Donald Trump very popular there with a +82-point net approval rating. Of course, Mitch McConnell, again, underwater at -17. So you do the math quickly here.
Not
82,
surprising.
17. That is nearly 100 points higher that Donald Trump is net approval rating-wise with Republicans than Mitch McConnell is. The bottom line is that when it comes to the popularity battle, Donald Trump comes out way, way, way ahead of Mitch McConnell.
Okay. But is this just a problem with majority leaders? Is this like a heavy is the head situation? I mean, put this into historical context. Where does he stack up against other majority leaders?
Yeah, I always like going through the history books, right? I love spreadsheets. I love history books. So let's go take a look through the history books. We'll take a look at the net popularity ratings of GOP Senate leaders, their final ratings as majority leaders. Take a look here. Mitch McConnell, again, underwater at -39 points. How about his predecessor, Dr. Bill Frist from the great state of Tennessee? He was underwater, too, but he was only at -8 points. Trent Lott was at +5 points from the great state of Mississippi. And, of course, Bob Dole from the great state of Kansas. He was above water as well at +6 points. So the bottom line is Mitch McConnell, a historical anomaly when it comes to Republican leaders. He is far, far, far more underwater than any of the past GOP leaders over the last 40 years, Paula.
I'm surprised this CNN anchor actually has his job because he seems a little excited about this demise. I mean, I'm telling you, CNN, I got to give them credit, man. They've been doing a good job of keeping Scott Jennings and this guy right here on their network. I don't know much about him outside of him reporting all the approval ratings and things of that nature. But yes, Mitch McConnell, this guy right here who criticized President Trump for J6 and the Capitol riot, saying that he was directly responsible and morally responsible or something like that. Yeah, this rhino who continues to, vote against everybody that Trump is trying to help put in place. The Tulsi Gabbers, the Cash Patels. He voted against RFK Jr. and all that. And now look at you, my guy. You're polling the lowest in history, dog. -939. George added, Mitch McConnell's approval rating is very high among the lizard people. Oh my gosh. Before we move on, hold up. I know this may be besides the point, but aren't you tired of getting these spam calls and text messages? Do you even know why you get them? No worries. I'll explain. You see, these big tech companies do not do a good job of protecting our data, and they ain't even trying, literally. Did you know that Ticketmaster was hacked and over 500 million users' data was put up for sale on the dark web? You didn't. You know why? Because they didn't inform you about it. You know why? Because they say this doesn't have a material impact on our company. That stolen data includes names, addresses, email addresses, and your credit card information, which basically makes them you. And in that case, I'm sure you will want more spam instead of some fraud. And this is why I have to bring to your attention today the sponsor of this video, Aura Aura.com. Aura would alert me if my data gets breached, giving me fast fraud alerts and removes my info from data broker websites to cut down on spam. Aura.com offers transaction monitoring, the VPN, antivirus protection, parental controls, and identity theft insurance, all in one affordable app. It's so relaxing knowing that I can relax with Aura in the background, keeping me and my family safe. In order to ensure that protection, head over to aura.com/kingdomreacts right now, and you'll get your first 2 weeks free on us. And I made it easy. The link is available in the description. Again, before we move on, you gotta see what my guy Kennedy, John Kennedy's advice to the Democrats.
In terms of the Democrats, I've got a lot of friends who are Democrats, and they haven't asked me for advice. But if I did, I'd tell them, look, you just got to try harder not to suck. I mean, think about it. Over the past 4 years, the Democrats mismanaged Congress. They mismanaged COVID. They mismanaged the economy. They mismanaged inflation. They mismanaged the national debt. They mismanaged Afghanistan. More recently, in their opposition to President Trump and Mr. Musk, the Democrats have chosen to support the bureaucrats and the spending porn over the American taxpayer, just like they support illegal immigration over the rule of law, just like they support transgender athletes over women's sports, just like they support Hamas terrorists over Israel. All Democrats are not like this, but the party is controlled right now by people who majored in online activism with a minor in puberty blockers. I know these people. They think men can breastfeed. They're triggered by race. They cry if you use the wrong pronoun. And most fair-minded Americans look at this and they go, these people are about 10 exits past normal. And that's what's killing the Democrats right now, in my opinion.
You know, crushing them. And that's the reason why Donald Trump's approval rating is record high. This guy's been able to translate what the American people have been saying for the last, I'll just say, since Biden was in office. And he's been able to get in that office, get in the White House and translate that with the stroke of his pen. You can't do nothing but respect that. Then y'all know Mitch McConnell isn't a Democrat. He's a rhino. Might as well be a Democrat for the way he's acting. However, I feel like he fits in this category just as much. Me. John Kennedy, though, this guy right here is hilarious. I love every bit of what he does, man. I mean, every bit of how he, gives his perspective on these particular situations. Super hilarious, super chill, laid back guy. I would definitely like to have a drink with him in conversation. Now, Trump lays the hammer on Mitch McConnell.
RFK Jr. as the next health secretary, citing conspiracy theories. What's your reaction to that?
Well, I feel sorry for Mitch. And I was one of the people that he wanted to go to the end and he wanted to stay leader. He's not equipped mentally. He wasn't equipped 10 years ago mentally, in my opinion. He'd let the Republican Party go to hell. If I didn't come along, the Republican Party wouldn't even exist right now. Mitch McConnell never really had it. He had an ability to raise money because of his position as leader, which anybody could do. You could do it even, and that's saying a lot. But the fact is that he raised money and he gave a lot of money to senators, and so he had a little loyalty based on the fact that as leader you could raise a lot of money. Senators would call me and they say, he wants to give me 20, 25 million. Can I take it? I'd say, take the money. Take the money. But he engendered a certain amount of, I don't even call it loyalty. He was able to get votes. But I was the one that got him to drop out of the leadership position, so he can't love me. But he's not voting against Bobby. He's voting against me, but that's all right. He endorsed me. Mitch, do you know that Mitch endorsed me, right?
Well, he did.
You think that was easy? What?
He had polio, obviously, and his.
I don't know. I don't know anything about he had polio. He had polio.
Are you doubting that he had polio?
I have no idea if he had polio. All I can tell you about him is that he shouldn't have been leader. He knows that. He voted against Bobby. He votes against almost everything now. He's a very bitter guy, and we have a very strong party. and he's almost not even really a very powerful member. I'd say he's not he's lost his power, and it's affected his vote. And, it's one of those things. But in the meantime, Bobby did great, got more votes than anybody thought. And I think he's going to do phenomenally, just phenomenally in that position. And everybody else likewise did well. Not only well, they got more votes than anybody thought. Tulsi, look at how she did. She did great.
Tulsi definitely did good. But yeah, Mitch McConnell, man, this guy seems to be a cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Now, I think it's pretty dope how do I say, since Donald Trump got in office, like how he had Linda McMahon employ her just for her position to go out. He ended up getting Mitch McConnell to drop out of the leadership position, removing his power so that he wouldn't be able to vote against. I'm sorry, my bad. Processing it all wrong. Let me start over. I got it now. Basically, McConnell was the guy he got his leadership position because he was basically paying his way to do so. Now that Trump is back, he basically got him to drop out of that leadership position, which removes all power from McConnell. McConnell isn't voting against RFK Jr., and he didn't vote against Tulsi, that is, and he isn't voting against Cashapp Patel. He's actually voting against Donald Trump because he's bitter. I had to slow it down for myself, y'all. Y'all know I got to process stuff a little bit. Mitch McConnell has lost his touch and needs to step aside. It's time for fresh leadership in the GOP that truly represents our values and moves us forward. Let's make the party strong again. Right below here, you got a picture of Schumer with McConnell. Everything that's wrong with our government in one photo. James Woods added. Now, we're talking about the health of McConnell, man. How long has he been in office? I don't know. Oh, well, let's say what Liberty Bell has offered. I am almost 38 years old. Mitch McConnell has been a U.S. Senator longer than I've been alive. Today, he needed to be in a wheelchair. Now, this was actually about a week ago. He needed to be in a wheelchair to work because he keep falling down like Biden. Term limits now, she demands.
How are you feeling, Leader McConnell? How are you feeling, Leader McConnell?
I don't know about you, but somebody in that condition leading anything in my life, you might as well just retire, bro. He been in the office for over 38 years, is what I'm seeing. Visionary says, I'm 61 and he's been in office since I graduated high school. This should be an issue both sides wholeheartedly agree on. At least he goes to work, somebody says. Cashapp Patel moved past the committee and is awaiting confirmation votes. But Rhino Mitch McConnell voted no on both Tulsi and RFK, which is what we already established. But y'all have to hear Levitt to go in.
We've had some breaking news. I'm glad you're here with me. Cashapp Patel has just made it through committee. So a confirmation vote, a full Senate vote will be next on that. First reaction for the next potential director of the FBI.
Very exciting news, and it's exactly what we expected. Cashapp Patel is exceptionally qualified to lead the Federal Bureau of Investigations. Don't forget, Cashapp Patel spent much of his career as a public defender as well as a prosecutor. He's been on both sides of a courtroom, and he cares deeply about the Constitution and restoring law and order and true justice for all at the FBI, and we look forward to him doing that.
You know what? I'm getting some details, and we saw this yesterday with another nominee, Tulsi Gabbard. And she was confirmed. And now Mitch McConnell, the lone Republican no on RFK Jr. for HHS
Crazy.
secretary to get it out of committee, to get it to the floor. We've had some breaking news. I'm glad you're
Not
here.
at all surprised though. Right now, I was trying to look at my phone real quick to see if any update on Cash Patel. Oh, we do got an update. It says at 5:30 p.m. the Senate will vote on a motion to proceed to executive session to Cash Patel. Then they'll file, what is that, closure to put him on the clock. Procedure aside, he's set to be confirmed by Thursday. Okay, cool. This was reported by Mark Wayne Mullen. Senator Mullen. I wanted to make sure we had an update on what the current status was. I didn't want to sit here and not know now. McConnell just got exposed, though. Yes, the truth is coming out. I'm upset because I was supposed to tell y'all that in the beginning. Shame on me. Ex-Michigan Senate Majority Leader Mike Shirkey, was recorded on hidden cameras telling the truth about January 6th. Quote, it was all staged. Mitch McConnell wanted it to be a mess so he could secure a Trump impeachment conviction for Pelosi and Schumer.
Why wasn't there more security in there?
Yeah, there was 30 guards out back there.
It was ridiculous. It was all staged.
You think it was D.C., the mayor influenced?
I think she was just a puppet.
Yeah.
I think it was done for high.
How does that?
Hell, Mitch McConnell was part of it.
I was going to say.
He was the one that was part of the decision making how much security to have on stand. I think they wanted to have a mess.
I know they wanted to. There's no other explanation.
The moment, like.
But they wouldn't have had a mess with you guys. They had to have also recruited this other group of people.
Well,
and then I do believe because I don't know if you guys have been caught up in it or not. But, when you're in mobs, you can get caught up in emotion.
Oh yeah, I was ready to go.
You can get caught up in emotion.
Especially when you're getting tear gas and
So some of those Trump folks probably just got caught up in the emotion of it.
Well, they had a guy with a loudspeaker up on
Yep.
that tower. There was a tower in the middle of everything in the back. And there was a dude on a loudspeaker hanging everybody on. Telling
Can't remember his
what to
name.
do. Like, reinforce this side, reinforce that side. Like, they're going through over here. Like, it was definitely something to behold.
I'm sure it was fantastic to watch. Not a good fantastic.
Yeah.
Like
It was
unbelievable.
real interesting. Yeah.
It was,
I'm glad I was there.
it was a surreal moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I said on my little couch, tears come down my eyes, I couldn't believe what I saw.
because I didn't see someone get arrested. I didn't see anybody punch a cop. I didn't see a cop punch a person.
I want somebody to tell me why that guy shot that woman.
Exactly.
I want an answer.
What did she do to get shot?
She was breaking through a window, but I'm.
But in every other barrier, when people started to break through the barrier, they just got out of the way and let them go.
Yep.
Why in that one case with that one person who never showed his face, or they never showed it on camera?
Also, there was a lot of people behind her. How reckless is it to shoot?
Yeah, and I would hope.
It was
Well,
a
she was hot.
Wow. So Mitch McConnell wanted it to be a mess himself. See, McConnell, he explicitly criticized President Trump for his alleged role, in January 6, 2021, the Capitol attack, stating that Trump was practically and morally responsible for the riot. He labeled the event as a violent insurrection and criticized the Republican National Committee for censoring Representatives Liz Cheney and Adam Kinzinger for their participation in the investigation into the riot. Man, these people are disgusting. Willing to risk people's lives. Gig say drain the swamp. Amen to that. McConnell, Pelosi, and Schumer all need to go to prison for treason. Especially, definitely, dog. This sounds like an inside situation to me. Terry says the whistleblowers are coming out. Everyone I know figured it out early on. Deceived me once. I think I do believe. It's not being stated as a fact, as in quote, I was involved in the planning of the setup. We all know feds were in the mobs, but let's have our yes mean yes and our no mean no. I've been fumbling words this whole video. I'm sorry. I can't re-record it, but you know, my bad. Arrest them all for sure. Definitely. Stop the IRS there. Oh wow. Killing her. Help Cash. We definitely need Cash Patel to be confirmed. Now, before I get up out of here, I want to give a few shout outs real quick. I want to give a few shout outs to Kimmy Joe. I want to say thank you for being the very first member on this channel since I re-established that we have memberships. Oh, wow. I'm still on the screen. My fault. Then I also want to shout out to No to Corruption for also joining me. Thank y'all for being members. Please go check on your friends and family today. You could be quite literally saving their life. Y'all be safe, man.